1, 2, 3. Come on, Kia! Come on, Kia! Come on, Kia! Come on! Hello everyone, this is Sam Car Legion. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another comparison. For today's video, we're going to compare the 2021 Kia Sorento versus the 2021 Mazda CX-5. And we're going to find out which one is the best out of these two. Is the new Sorento better than the Mazda? First of all, here's what you need to know about the Sorento. It is the newly redesigned Kia Sorento for 2021. It has new interior, new exterior, a lot of features, and a lot of space. And most importantly, they dropped the V6. Now they use a 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. So does the Mazda CX-5. But let's start first with the pricing. So here's what you need to know about that. If you're looking for either or, you need to know this. The Mazda is the least expensive out of these two for the base model. In Canada, the Mazda starts at about $28,000 to $29,000. Meanwhile, the Kia Sorento, you're looking at about $33,000. That's a bit much, but it justifies the price increase. But most importantly, which one is the best out of the two besides the price comparison? So let's talk next about the engines. What do they offer under the hood? Engine options, you have a few for this. You can pick a standard, which doesn't make the same horsepower as this. It is a 4-cylinder for the base model. You can also pick a front-wheel drive. Meanwhile, for the engine that we have for today's video, it is a 2.5-liter turbocharged engine, makes 281 horsepower. It is equipped with an all-wheel drive system and a dual clutch transmission. It also has a very advanced all-wheel drive system, which can be changed in different modes. You have based on the drive or the terrain. You can do sport, eco, dust. You can do sand, mud, and snow. I also did a snow test drive for this model. So if you want to watch that video, the link will be in the description box. On my left side, the 2021 CX-5 uses a 2.5-liter engine as well. It makes 250 brake horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. Now that is of course on premium, and it uses an all-wheel drive system. It has a Sky Active G for the engine. Very fuel efficient as well. It has an automatic transmission, but not a dual clutch. Now, if you want to stick around to watch the drag race between these two done safely in a closed area without breaking any speeds, you can skip all the way to the end. But first, let's talk about this comparison, and we'll get to that in a minute. As I said previously, you have options for the Mazda as well. You can get a less powerful engine for the Mazda, and the same thing for the Kia Sorento. So out of these two, we know this makes more horsepower compared to the Mazda CX-5. I'm going to make this comparison short and on point, exactly why, on paper, this is the winner out of these two. But there is also a reason why I think I would pick the Mazda over this. Let's talk about why I said this is better on paper. And it starts with the rear end, the trunk space. You see, they both have quite a lot of trunk space behind the second row. But the Sorento this year offers a third row. And look at this space over here. You also have some more space on the side. And the seats, I have folded them, but you get 2 more seats in the back. It also has a climate unit for the third row. Now this thing competes directly with even the Kia Telluride, in my opinion. So you'd have that choice between this or the Telluride. The difference is that the Telluride behind the second row offers more space. The Mazda, on the other hand, also offers quite a lot of space. Power liftgate, similar on both, hands-free tailgate as well. Because you can see tons of space behind the second row. The difference is that this doesn't offer a third row with this package. If you want to get a third row, you have to go all the way to the CX-9. The confusing part about the Sorento is the fact that it's actually not a full-size SUV. It's a crossover mid-size SUV for that matter. So to find a proper comparison right now, it's pretty tough because most mid-size crossovers don't offer a third row. The second one that does is the Tiguan that offers a third row for extra charge. But the reason why that is expensive is because of that third row option. If you don't need that space, the Mazda will do the job just fine. Let's move on to the other reasons why on paper that thing has better value compared to this. The interior. You see, in the Kia Sorento, you'll be getting quite a lot of features. It has a full digital cluster, unlike the Mazda, which uses the standards. Also, in the Kia Sorento, similar to the Telluride, with the top trim, you will, of course, getting that blind spot assist camera, which is located into the cluster. Depends if you turn left and right, it will show you a certain area. So that is a smart technology. They both have a heads-up display, of course. The Kia Sorento also offers a much bigger screen compared to the Mazda CX-5. Now, this has a small screen. It does the job fine, but in the Sorento, just a bit more advanced. In here, we also don't have any wireless charging pad. They both offer wireless connectivity for the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, so they're very similar on that side. At the same time, you get a lot more extra features in the Kia Sorento. The driving modes, you have different driving modes based on where you're driving. So if it's sand, if it's snow, and so on. And here we only have a sport mode. On top of that, the Kia Sorento has more features in the actual infotainment system. So if you want to play certain music, for example, it has an option to play waves, rain, fire, and so on. An extra feature, of course, maybe a gimmick for some people. The next thing that the Kia Sorento uses is called the quiet mode, something that you've seen in the Kia Telluride. Basically plays the sound only in the front, not in the back. In here, it uses similar technology, but basically what you have to do is do it manually. So you let the music play mostly in the front with the Bose audio system that this is equipped. They both have Bose audio system. Now, Bose is actually pretty much in every vehicle at this point. What I do love about this, though, is the interior. You see, you'll be getting quite a lot of features in the Kia Sorento, but this, though, has a different feeling inside. The beautiful leather, the actual rubber mats. Look how thick those things are on the sides. In the Kia Sorento, has a thin layer around it, so it's not as good as this. In my opinion, Mazda has done a fantastic job with those. You see, it covers the sides all the way around it. What I love about the Mazda CX-5 is that inside, it feels very, very luxurious. And it feels more between a Kia and a Mercedes rather than a Kia or a Mercedes. So it's the middle level. That's how I feel between this and the Kia. The Kia is still a great vehicle, lots of features and so on, but when it comes to that refined interior, the quality inside, I think the Mazda does a better job. The Mazda CX-5 may be slightly outdated because it's still the same model as the last year, but in my opinion, it justifies that. I think out of these two, the Mazda is the better choice. And there's a very simple reason for it. It's how it looks. Look at them side by side and tell me which one would you pick. I know the camera person is shaking her head and saying that, yeah, the Mazda is the better looking out of these two. In my opinion, the Mazda is the better looking out of these two. If you don't care about that, but you need the space because maybe you have 3 kids, you need a third row, the Kia is the way to go. Don't get me wrong, that's not an ugly vehicle. My preference is towards the Mazda. I think the exterior design, the interior refined quality, and from the leather, the dashboard, the steering wheel, and so on, the little details here and there, when you jump from one to the other one, you will notice the difference between these two. That's not to say that this is a cheap made car, absolutely not. But the quality between this and that, it is very noticeable. I've also driven them back to back, and I know for a fact that that feels better on the road, more agile, more refined, and more put together. In the Kia, every time I drive the Kia Sorento, it doesn't feel as well put together as the Mazda, in my opinion. It feels a bit loose. That's not to say that the car drives horribly, absolutely not. The comfort level in some ways is almost similar. The difference is that in the Mazda, it feels stronger on the roads. It feels solid built on the road. This kind of feels like loose when you go over some potholes and so on. Now, I've covered everything you need to know about this too. Should we find out which one is the fastest? That's next. 1, 2, 3. Come on, Kia! Come on, Kia! Come on, Kia! Come on, Kia! Yes! I got it! Woohoo! One, two, three. Oh, that Mazda took off. Kia's catching up. Come on, Kia. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. One, two, three. Come on, Kia. Come on, come on. Come on, Kia. Come on, come on. I got it, I got it, I got it, I got it. Woohoo! So, that was it for today's, guys. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Just wanted to show you, it's shocking that Mazda, even though it makes slightly less horsepower than this, it's still very good. It has a better takeoff than this. We did both in sport mode, and the third time the Kia took it, it makes more horsepower, and of course it shifts better. With that in mind, stay safe. Cheers.